Hello everyone. This is another part to the anxiety thing I've been doing. On this segment, what I like to talk about is what I refer to as scary thoughts. Now let me explain to you what that is. Going through the anxieties and the depression and different things we suffer through, it seems that our minds will run wild at times, and some of the thoughts that come into your head, you wonder, why am I thinking that? And it scares the hell out of you because it could be thoughts that you just don't understand why you're thinking about things like that. The other thing is, you get a sensation or a feeling like your mind's going to run away with you, or you're going to lose it. And what that is, again, this is the body protecting itself. So if the body feels a panic attack coming on, or it's going through something that's going to cause that, the brain tries to do something to divert you from that. And in what I say, it makes you have these scary thoughts, like, and I'm not going to say what scary thoughts they are, because I guess for everybody it depends on what your life's like or what you've been through or witnessed or seen. So my scary thoughts and your scary thoughts could be two different things. But the thing is, a lot of people that have this get upset over what they're thinking, and they're not going to even say to somebody some of these thoughts because they're kind of outrageous, and yet, you would never even think of doing something like that. What that is that's the brain protecting itself again. To try to divert from the panic attack and the whatever is affecting you, it causes the brain to go off and think of something else. It's like, watch the left hand so you don't see what the right hand's doing. It's like that what your brain's doing. So when you're having these tough times of the thoughts that are coming through your head, and some can be very scary, like I said, you have to understand that used to cause panic attacks for me, because I couldn't understand why I was feeling the way I was, or why I was thinking what I was thinking, and I knew that wasn't me. It's not the way I think or the way I want to, be. And I finally realized that this is a way that the mind is trying to protect me from having panic attacks or facing what I'm facing or dealing with. So this segment, I just wanted to tell you, like I said, I'm going to do, there's so much involved with this, but I'm going to do short videos explaining different situations and different things you'll suffer through. And for yous out there that have these thoughts and think that you're losing your mind and you're concerned about things, you're not. You're not losing your mind. You're not going to do anything stupid. This, like I said, is just a way for the brain to divert you away from thinking about the panic attack that's trying to come on. It's not a good way of doing it, but that's the way the brain decides to do it. So when you run into these scary thoughts, you just have to tell yourself, these thoughts, I know I'm having them because they're trying to divert me from something else that my mind don't want to think about or whatever. So it's a diversion tactic. So if you're having these scary thoughts or these thoughts that upset you, try to understand it's diverting you from something that you don't want to deal with or something that's coming up. And for now, that's all I'm going to do about the scary thoughts that your mind goes through. And if you suffer from any of these things that I've talked about, there are a ton of emotions. It's a roller coaster of emotions. So I'll be going into them, as I go on with different videos. But this one here, I wanted to do for the scary thoughts we get, because they could be really harsh on you. It makes you just say, "Oh, why am I even thinking something like that?" And like I said, for you, I don't know what them thoughts are, because I don't know what you grew up to or your beliefs are. So remember, when you start getting them scary thoughts, or you start suffering from that or having that problem, you need to start thinking, okay, I know that's scary thoughts. And this is why I say, reinforcing the mind to do what you want it to do is important. Because if you let your mind take control and do what it wants to do, it can release things that put your whole body into a frenzy. So for you people out there who are concerned over these scary thoughts or whatever, trust me, that's all they are. They used to upset me so bad until I understood that it was a diversion from something else. And again, our brain knows how to protect us more than we know. So it thinks it's doing the right thing by diverting us from what we don't want to deal with, but it's doing it in a way that's more scary than you want. So when you get in that situation, just tell yourself, push the thoughts out. You know that this is just the mind making you feel or think things because it's trying to avoid something else. Alright, so for this video, that's all I'm going to do. It's about the scary thoughts that which thank God I haven't had a problem with in a while now. If you can find a way to strengthen your mind, and like I said, I'm doing this while under a tremendous amount of pressure. But the old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I found out the hard way that saying is very true. So reinforce yourself, reinforce your thought. And I hope these videos are helping you, because like I said, I wouldn't want to see somebody I didn't like have this because of how much it robs from your life and your family and everybody else. All right, everybody, God bless, take care, and like I said, when your brain decides to do that runaway thing and scare you with these thoughts or whatever, you do the same thing you do with the anxiety. You talk yourself down not to release adrenaline or other chemicals that will progress it and make it worse. You do have the power to stop it and slow it down and get it going and get rid of it. And it just takes time. It's not something you're going to do once and it worked, it's over. Trust me, work at this and you will be a very happy person. Alright, until the next one, I hope these are helping you and I hope these are feeling better. God bless, and we got to learn how to take care of one another out there. Things have just really went off the wall. All right, everybody, take care, and like I said, God bless.